That should be better. There's no audio there for a minute, but we're back. Audio's working. Sorry, I'm going to do the lineups now. Alois is in goal for Saudi Arabia. He was the hero when they played Argentina, beat them 2-1 at the last tournament. It's Moteb Al-Arbi at left back, Saud Abdul Hamid at right back, Hassan Alta Baki and Abdullah Amri at centre half. Salim El Dasari is the man. 26 goals and 13 assists in his 109 appearances for Saudi Arabia on the left. Abdullah Al-Kariri in midfield alongside Mohamed Kano and Mohamed Al-Shamat on the right. It's Musab Al-Jawar up top alongside Firas Al-Braken. And for the Uruguay side, it's Muslera in goal, Matias Vina, left back Matias Oliveira, the centre half Sebastian Cáceres and Guillermo Valera. And it's Manuel Ugarte, Rodrigo Bentancur and Federico Valverde in midfield. Maximiliano Araujo plays a little bit further forward today. Darwin Nunez down the middle despite not playing much this season for Al Hilal. And then Federico Viñas on the right. I was saying while the audio was cut off, we had a good first leg to the doubleheader today. Tuesday morning here in Australia, Monday there in the States. 1-1 draw between Egypt and Belgium. Been a common scoreline of this tournament, but I think we're going to get a little more excitement and flair in this one here. The physicality and energy of Uruguay. The obviously big overachievers in Saudi Arabia. And what a venue to do it in, Miami Stadium. Remember this one a lot from the Club World Cup. One of the better stadiums to play football in the United States. There is Salem El Dasari, who will be the man. They'll look to fantastic domestic season, but known most importantly for his work for the national team, was the hero alongside Alois for that 2-1 win over Argentina in last tournament. And we're always ready for go time here in Miami. You might say the home of Leo Messi, but today it's the home of Uruguay. The countdown is on. Here we are. I'm excited for this one here. And we are underway here from Miami. It is Saudi Arabia in their green strip from left to right. Uruguay in that sky blue from right to left. See how Uruguay get their tournament started. Expectations always high for this South American nation. Qualified fourth of the CONMEBOL to get here to this World Cup. Ranked 17th in world football. Yes, they're mixing players like Maximiliano Araujo at the back. But this side is strong all over the park. In particular midfield, led by Federico Valverde, Manuel Ugarte and Rodrigo Bentancur in there as well. A team that'll be used to these warmer conditions, humid conditions. And a squad that always turns up, you feel like, for World Cup action. And we're on the channel. Well dealt with the Saudi centre half. This ball well picked up by Bentancur. There is Muslera in goal. The man, he's always at World Cups. Talk about Ochoa. You talk about Rodriguez for Switzerland. Muslera is in that category as well. You always see him at major tournaments for Uruguay. There it is, Cáceres. Saudi Arabia look to be sitting in a 4-4-2. A lot of sides defending in a 4-4-2 straight so far in this tournament. And the front line led by Al-Jawar and Al-Brukan. That with Al-Harbi. The Saudi managers, Georgios Donis, who came in on late notice 2 months before the tournament started. Sacking their previous manager. Loose touch there from Ugarte. And there's Bielsa on the bucket. Al-Jawad. Here come Saudi working their way through. Al-Jawad again. Too heavy for Anna to put a cane. Saudi side experienced, a lot of older faces, but important to note that have not played much football in the lead up just due to how deep the Saudi League is now with European talent. So will their legs go at the end of this game in hot and humid Miami conditions? We'll have to wait and see. The audio is finally working. It is Federico Valverde. Bentancur of Tottenham Hotspur. They'll be looking to have an improved campaign after struggles in the last 2 seasons with that side. Oliveira. Now Viñas. Oliveira. A nice campaign with Napoli, having to fill in at times with the injury problems that side had. Valverde. This is good speed of passing, a good movement here from Uruguay. Viña. Chopping inside. Laying the ball out for Maximiliano Araujo. Important save for Alois. Not the only one you have to make today. You feel like you have to make probably a dozen to keep your side in this game. Great start from Uruguay. The Sporting wing-back playing further forward today. A great snapshot to start off with, and Alois had to just palm that ball away. Araujo to take this corner after his shot was sent behind. Great out swinger. Headers there. And it went straight to the ground. But I think Oliveira there. It was Viñas, sorry. That was there. Missed chance there though. Free header. It's a great press up the pitch for Manuel Ugarte to win that ball back. But looking for Darwin Nunez up top, who's got a big job to do in this campaign, leading the line for Uruguay. Forlan, Suarez, great names for Uruguay up top. It's finally fallen into his grasp, and he has to take the most of it. Edison Cavani as well. Big names, led the line for Uruguay over the years. There's a throw to the Al Dasani direction. Didn't quite reach the 32-year-old. Now can Saudi get away? Cano brought him down by Guillermo Valera, the former Manchester United academy player. Point to feet here. Saudi Arabia making it to this World Cup finals after finishing first in the 4th round of Asian qualifiers. Didn't do it the first attempt, did it the second attempt. But it's now 3 tournaments in a row for them. Here's Al Dasani, the man for Saudi Arabia. That pass had a lot to be admired about. Oliveira now feeds through. Araujo, a great closing speed. And Cano come back to cover off. Big lad in midfield. Araujo's got the speed though. He'll hit his head down and look to get in behind his Saudi backline. Nunez and Araujo, 2 speedsters up top. You've got technical players in midfield who can feed them. That's your answer to the goals. Here's Varela now. Uruguay will have a lot of possession. You'd think in the 70 to 75% region in this game here. Oliveira, Araujo able to shield the ball and keep the ball. for being dispossessed. Al Jawer. Al Hamid. Well cleared away. Second ball, though, will be won by Saudi. Al Shamat. Al Jawar now on the right-hand side. He's drifted out wide here. Those front two will be fluid. Al Jawar coming off a very, very solid season domestically. The number 7. 7 goals, 11 assists this season. 1.5 tackles and 3 key passes per game. Does a bit of everything for his side. I'm going to do that here today in abundance. Al Jawar, great little give and go with Al Shamat, but the weight of the pass is still a little bit too heavy. Get away from Al Shamat, and now Uruguay can come the other way, but a poor touch. Al Jawar wins it back. And that pass from Al Dasani just behind the big centre forward, Al Burakang. Saudi can possess the football, though. They're not afraid to play. I just think what we've seen so far at the tournament, African and Asian sides have continued to overperform. No Asian side yet to lose in the tournament. African sides have been competitive and dominant, I think, in games as well. So just keep an eye on this Saudi Arabian side. Not many people give them a chance, but we know what they did in the last campaign, and we know what these players can do. Particularly if you're a fan of an Asian side, you would have watched this Saudi Arabian side in qualifiers and seen the talent they've got. Very tough team to beat. And they've got talent in the final third, which they can play with. Diagonal crossfield pass to Vinya. Looked to lay it off, but broken up there. And Al Shamat was asking a lot there of Al Burakang. Al Kabadi can turn. Saudi looks coming the other way. Uruguay are pressing well, though. A lot of energy in that front line. And you know what Marcelo Bielsa's all about. Energy, intensity, a constant press, high up the pitch. Does it work in this American heat? Does it work with how packed the modern football schedule is? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see as Al Dasani has time to casually dribble the ball into the centre circle. Cano down to midfield. But with Cano again, he's going to be that sweeper and protector of the back four, seeing deepest. With El Kabadi there with him to try and shield that back four from any sorts of Uruguay pressure. Alois goes long. Al Burakang there, competing. Al Shamat. Cano now. Uruguay just backing off the time being and allowing Saudi a bit of the football. They will oblige. Great one-touch, two-touch stuff, and there's some space to operate into for Al Kabadi. Varela can get rid. Great switch of play. Divine Vinya. Decent start there from Saudi Arabia. They've absorbed some of the early pressure in the opening 11 or 12 minutes now. They can get settled into this one. Looking very comfortable in that 4-4-2 shape. Make it a key focus of being compact centrally. Look at the back four there. Really almost squashed in together, and the wingers will drop in and help out wide. Here's Araujo, a sporting man, came off a very good season for that side in not only domestic football, but also Champions League as well. Al Jawar linking the game up well. Such a talented player. I think he'll be the standout for Saudi today. It's been a goal threat, domestic football. I think it's time he takes his talents on the international stage. Here he is here. El Amri across the face of defence to Altakambi. This is good from Saudi. Possessing the ball well. The frustration of the Uruguay fans, but this is what they want to do. Al Shamat. This is where you get to question the focus and the drive of these Uruguay players. You know, the Saudi Arabian players are focused. They're well drilled. And they're going to be patient. They're going to be careful in the football. Not going to lose their shape or overcommit or do something the coach doesn't want them to do. Tambakti. Al-Amri. Great challenge in there to win the ball back from Araujo. Referee letting things go here early on. Saudi players, as rightly been mentioned, will be used to these hot conditions all year round over there in the Saudi Pro League. They're dealing with some pretty extreme heat. So we'll be acclimatized to these conditions, in particular in Miami. Al-Karabi. Back with Alois now in goal. Long searching ball, unable to reach the target, but Al Shamak can pick it up. And Cano now. It's good from Saudi. Really good. Progressing further up the pitch. Uruguay not really springing the press on them as of yet. I'm sort of happy to go zonally in terms of man-to-man marking. Oh, great ball into the little pocket there. Chance to turn. A waste chance there by Al Burakan. His pass loose. Uruguay have a lot of space in between the midfield and defensive regions, and we've seen in some World Cup games that eventually tightens up come the second half, but it has a lot of space for Saudi to operate into. Al Jower, Al Dasadi, Al Burakan, all these type of players, and they would like that sort of opportunity. Al Shamak getting across and running a throw, but not winning it. And here's Oliveira for Uruguay. Now with Varela around the corner from Bentancur. It's overhit. And Altabarki, sorry. Deal with that. Varela's given the count here. Matias Oliveira. I don't know who made the run on the left-hand side. It's Vigna now. Uruguay have looked on the left primarily for their attacking plays. So far this game, quite stagnant. Not seen anything really enforce the issue or take it up to second gear. Oliveira. Well, around the corner, Vigna going to chase that in, but it's going to require a lot of him and out of play. Alois sends his troops up the pitch, so goalkeeper's going to go long here. Very long. Overhit. Vigna broken up by Cano. Gets the give and go with Al Jower. But it can. Al Shamat just had nicked off him, but he's looked like the most active runner. So I'm trying to make things happen here in this game. Al Dasadi winning that duel. Al Jower follows in. Al Dasadi! It's wide. That's a first chance though for Saudi Arabia. The first shot in anger on goal. That is dangerous. You want to give Al-Dasani that type of space because that's when he can whip them top corner. Mustn't we forget 4 years ago against Argentina, Lionel Messi. But a veteran of the international game, 26 goals for Saudi Arabia. 110th appearance today, the skipper, Salem El-Dasari. What a player he is. African Player of the Year last year. Sorry, Asian Player of the Year last year. Al-Dasani there fouling. Jimenez. Caceres, sorry. Varela. Pudugarte centrally. Bentancur in there as well. Federico Valverde today playing further forward for Uruguay, and as such, might not see him pick the ball up deep and drive and create from deep spaces, rather be that connector in the final third, which is something we're not used to seeing him do for Real Madrid. Here's Rodrigo Bentancur, who's one of the players who is going to be a bit deeper. Ugarte and Bentancur more of the disruptors, and Valverde more of the creator or finisher of chances. Ugarte. But he's Oliveira now. Vigna has been that outlet for them on the left-hand side. He's gone to ground. Going on here. The referee is blowing up. And Abdul Hamid has avoided one there. I think he fouled him about 4 times before he actually ended up, according to the referee, fouling him. Vigna did well to hold the ball up, shield it, and now win a free kick for his side, which Maximiliano Araujo can take. Darwin Nunez in there. Those braids are bang on. Love a bit of that. So it is. Araujo, left-footed out, swing up. Is this the chance? No. Dealt with by Saudi. Second ball's up there for grabs. Still in the box. Al-Shamak can get it away now. Al-Dasari also can drive Saudi clear. They've avoided a potential threat there. Oh, you can't give that a penalty. Kidding me. Saudi coming forward here. Poor giveaway. Chance to turn now for Saudi Arabia. Mamu Ugarte of Manchester United. Will he be there any longer? We'll have to wait and see after this summer's transfer window. And Vigna with an awful back pass. And that's going to go out of play. And that's handed Saudi Arabia a corner kick. Really, really interesting start from this Uruguay side. Mistake riddled. And a free corner kick for Saudi to potentially benefit from. Set pieces have not been as damaging as they were in some of the top European leagues this campaign, but these Asian sides will look to benefit from any set play, any stoppage to get something dangerous in. It's El Jawad to whip it in. That swinging ball dealt with there in the middle of the box. Al-Dasani can pick it up. Twist one way, then the next. For that up there with him every step of the way, though. That's a lofted ball back in, which is comfortably headed to Muslera by Varela. Great ping from the goalkeeper to find Araujo. And Ugarte dropping in deep here. Pick up the ball. Born in the channel there. Kept alive. And offside flag is up against the Uruguay front line. So 22 minutes into this first half. We're knotted at 0-0. It's then time for the quarter-time break, the drinks break. Short minute break, and I'll be right back after the interval. So then, ladies and gents, we are back from the quarter-time interval. The glorified hydration break is complete. It's been a great start for the Saudi side. They've kept Uruguay very quiet, and they've manufactured a half chance for the attacking part of their side, led by Salem Al-Dosari. Al-Jawer linking the game up well, and I think for me, the best player in the game so far has had to be Mohamed Al-Shamat. He's ran very well, and maybe might end up getting substituted early, but he's put a lot of effort in early on here. This Uruguay side has looked devoid of ideas, to be fair. The fans aren't they're excited about it. So the action back underway here. We'll start off with Alois in goal. Getting us kicked back off. Sluggish, I think would be the word to describe the first quarter of the game for Uruguay. Whereas impressively structured, I'd say, for Saudi Arabia. I think short of what we expected, though. Cáceres has got that read. Araujo fired out wide, but fired out too powerfully for Varela to get in. The count given now. Flicked header on. Al-Dosari chasing that one in. Ojawa keeps alive here. Coming together with Casares. It's a foul against the big forward, Al Burakan. Matias Oliveira. Saudi Arabia done very well to negate Uruguay's midfield control. That's a ball that Darwin Nunez will chase in. Done well to win a throw for his nation. Abdullah Hamid there, gone down. Took a little kick there, but seems to be fine to continue. Ugarte. Caceres. Crossfield ping for Federico Valverde. Now with Rodrigo Bentancur. Fizz it in to Varela. This is dangerous. Really poor clearance. Still alive. Headed effort. What a save, Alois. Oh, vital save from Alois. Point blank for Viñas. And the veteran goalkeeper. More heroics on the World Cup stage. Alta Barki, really poor clearance, led to this all happening. Viñas stooping and Alois parrying away. Saudi holding on. A rare flurry forward for Uruguay, but their talent showing there. Full display. Abdul Hamid there, just fouling Araujo in his own half there. So Uruguay back underway. Half an hour played. Still 0-0, but the big save coming just then by Alois to deny Viñas, opening the scoring for Uruguay, who have been better now after the drinks break. Ugarte. Varela. Valverde wants the ball back. Some great defensive work initially, but a foul against the Real Madrid man. Just collecting the footing of the defender there, Al Harbi. There's a chance. Araujo heads it into the danger there. Viñas. Alois moving across his goal. Able to stay solid and watch the ball well and parry away. Important save at an important moment for this Saudi Arabian side. Keep it 0-0. Take it as deep as you possibly can. Stay in the game. That's the key for Saudi. You stay in it, you can take a chance. You can go and win it. Araujo. Getting away from danger, and now Manuel Ugarte can have it. Uruguay, the possession stats will be absolutely in their favour. 60% of the football. Only 0.21 XG and 3 shots though, and that's what Saudi Arabia will be hoping for. Keeping the shots and the attempts on goal limited and their attacking movements stagnant. They've held their shape very well. They've limited opportunity for transitional play or mistakes. As such, I've said very, very relevant in this matchup so far. The waist long. That was a nervy moment for Muslera. He came well off his line. No, Shamat was pressing, but composure from Muslera. Varela. That's a loose pass. Just kept alive. Viña to Viñas. Bentancur, Viñas. Continued his run. Valverde to Araujo. Uruguay just turning the tempo up here. Putting the pressure on this Saudi back line. Araujo. That's Federico Valverde drifting out wide right and cutting inside, looking for the return ball. Well dealt with by Saudi. El Saudi now can get it away. Link up with El Jawad. The link up is very obvious. Couple giving goes, but Darwin Nunez there to win it back. Former Liverpool and now Al Hilal man. Crowd urging this time to shoot Viña. Dangerous ball. Alaways came and got collected. Him and Darwin Nunez catching each other. They go and check on each other. Maximilian Araujo has looked like the most dangerous option. So they've Uruguay 7 goals and 6 assists this season. With over one successful dribble and 1.5 key passes per game this campaign for Sporting Lisbon. All laughs and smiles after the contact between Nunez and Alaways. That is the keeper. Oh, Jawad, great take. And he's on the turn now from the centre circle. Numbers ahead of him. Oh, Jawad. This ball's poor. Al Shamat can clean it up, though. Oh, Shamat. Looked offside against Abdul Hamid. No flag in the end, though. Poor pass, though. Now Amri can break it up. Cano. Oh, Shamat again. Maybe the conditions probably suit Saudi because Uruguay can't keep going and keep pressing and allow some time on the ball. Take 2 to 3 touches. Get the ball under control and get it out of feet. Saying that there's a great pressing move for Varela, but he's kept himself out of play now after losing out. This is a great run. That's a foul for Valverde. On Al-Harbi. It was a marauding run forward. And Saudi have a set piece. Very dangerous position. That's great from Saudi Arabia. But they go from slow-mo to fast. And Al-Harbi there. Making the most of it. Look, it's pretty far out, but that El Jawar or El Dasani won't fancy both of them over this one. Muslera setting up his wall as we speak. Only Saudi fans believe hosting a World Cup now in 8 years' time. That will be a spectacle over there in the desert. You know, they almost deserve a goal for where they've started this game off. Bright start from them. Can they test the Muslera goal? Dinky ball. Is that the chance? Oh, Muslera had to come off his line quickly because that was a very dangerous ball. And Cano was there to almost head home. Cano and Al-Amri creeping in at the back stick. Saudi corner as we tick over the 37th minute mark. Al Jawad. It's fallen in. It's a chance. Oh! Muslera with a huge save to deny. Al-Amri at the back stick, unmarked. Oh, is that Saudi's chance? It was almost a chance. Oh, Moving the wrong way. Reaction save, left hand from Muslera to keep the game level. Al-Dasadi, back sticks on. Header ball into a dangerous area. It's a follow-up. Oh! And Al Burakan almost put it in. Saudi have gone so close. It is a great few minutes from Saudi. Look at this save again. Al Amri struck it well. Fantastic reaction save from Muslera. And the Asian side continue to throw numbers forward here. Long throw. Bentancur gets it away. It's an early hit, and that's rash. And Al-Kabadi pulled that well wide, and the Uruguay fans, whistles and boos. Not good enough from them, because Saudi Arabia have had the chances. Oliveira into Manuel Ugarte. Uruguay need to get their foot in the football. They need to make things tick all of a sudden. That will be a Saudi Arabian throw. Al Shamat goes quickly to Al Burakan. Al Daseri does well. Lays it off, but lays it off into a difficult position to go and win. And they're winning battles now. Referee lets it play on. Al Shamat. Corner kick for Saudi Arabia. This is great moments for them. Momentum has shifted in their favour. They're playing well. Dr. Baggio, Forlan and company in the stands. Joel will go over to take this one here. And Manny knows how to set an assist or two up. 11 assists this season for him. Outswinger. Great ball, header, effort! Oh, saved! It's in! Saudi Arabia lead! It's Al Amri who opens a scoring for Saudi Arabia. And they've warranted it as well. It's a Saudi special. In the 41st minute. And now they're going to do it again. Are they going to beat another CONMEBOL side? They've warranted this. They've been fabulous in this first half. And they kept knocking on the door, and at last, they broke that door down. And it was Al Amri reacting quickest to Muslera parrying that save. Reactions of a centre forward. What a moment for him. And Saudi Arabia lead. Fantastic from the Saudis. And just like that, Uruguay have to go chase this one. And I tell you what, Saudi Arabia might get a second here before half-time. Al Dasadi, Al Shamat. Oh, chip ball looked good. But Al Dasadi giving up the run. Wow. If you're watching in Europe, and it's the early hours of the morning, late hours of the night, don't readjust your monitor. That is correct. Saudi Arabia 1, Uruguay 0. They're doing it again. Never run off an Asian side of this World Cup. Asian sides yet to lose at this tournament. Japan late equaliser versus Netherlands. Australia getting the victory versus Turkey. Korea getting the point versus Czechia early on as well. And Qatar getting a draw late on versus Switzerland. The Asian sides are punching above their weight. He could be on for another one here with Saudi Arabia absolutely bossing this game versus Uruguay. Flicked headers on. Cano now in behind. Challenge comes in for Manuel Ugarte. And the physicality showed there. Great win for the Manchester United midfielder. There's a chance. Flicked headers on. That's going to be a high foot, surely. Yellow card against Al Amri. Al Amri, the goal scorer in the book. Important set piece now to defend for Saudi Arabia. On the stroke of half time, Maximiliano Araujo, after being kneed in the head, will have this set piece to whip in. Araujo. Ball in. Dangerous in it. Oh, what a save, Alois. Flying to his right. Vinyas' head up. His keeper. He's unbeatable. Al Shamat. Player of the game for me so far. Uruguay winning 50-50s now. Manuel Ugarte doing so. Araujo. Could have gone down, didn't. And then Amri in the way. Look at him celebrate like it's a goal. Great defensive action from Saudi Arabia. Uruguay have woken up after conceding. They need to, because if they continue the way they were going, Saudi would have scored a second. Araujo. Out swinger. First contact, Saudi Arabia, as it has been for most of today, it feels like. Valverde's recycled ball. Maybe about Artabarki. That's a dangerous ball. Araujo's in behind. What a save. Alois, but offside flag is up anyway. But Alois, again off his line. And made himself big. Was Araujo off? He might have been on, to be fair to him. There's the goal. Al Amri, no one went in with him. Second phase, got to it. Where Uruguay players were flat-footed, he reacted. And Saudi Arabia again. Oliveira. Varela. Uruguay have to go here, you'd think. Came on before half-time. Valverde. Deflected. And Alois reacted to the deflection. Took a lot of sting out of the shot. Alois long. Caceres wins ahead. Taken down by El Dasadi. Saudi would take the possession to the end of the half, you'd think. Abdul Hamid into Cano in midfield. If you don't know, get to know. Saudi Arabia, handful, absolute handful. I think Uruguay should just ask their CONMEBOL partners in Argentina. Had to experience this 4 years ago. El Shamat continues to get in the football. Here's the goal scorer, Al Amri. A minute and a half to go of first half stoppages. As it currently stands, those in green are happier. And a lot happier at that as well. Defended robustly. And have taken their chances. I've gone forward. El Burkan and Al Jawab have had too much to talk about in terms of chance created for them. They've worked hard. They've held the ball up when they needed to, linked the game up as well. They've not allowed this Uruguay side just to relax. Loose pass from Bentancur, broken up by El Albi. Oliveira, the Napoli man, searching for a way through. Caceres now, the man with the mask. Ugarte will dictate from deep here. 30 seconds of first half stoppages remain. Vigna's in behind here. And then well shielded by Abdul Hamid, but he was offside. It was Abdul Al-Shamat there. He was caught a little bit flat-footed. Bit of ball watching there rather than knowing where his man went. That should bring us to half-time. And half-time it is. Well then, what a story we have developing here. Saudi Arabia lead thanks to Al Amri tapping a parried save for Muslera at home. Just before half-time, they defended robustly. Uruguay have been sluggish and slow. They haven't taken their half chances. Alois had to make 2 important saves. But Saudi Arabia have been the better side. And Abdullah Al Amri, his goal in the 41st minute is the difference between these two sides as it currently stands. Saudi deserved the lead. It's Saudi Arabia 1, Uruguay 0. Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gents. Second half action shortly coming up. Canobio and Sanabria coming on for Uruguay. Nunez and Viña making way. Nunez barely touched it in the first half, so that's fair enough from Marcelo Bielsa. So they've got 3 changes to be made. Saudi have not changed anything in the interval, and why would they? Leading 1-0. And it's time for the second half. Saudi Arabia taking their time to come out of the half-time. But finally, we are back, ready to go. Here we go, second half's underway. It was an engaging and enthralling first 45, in which Saudi Arabia ended up taking the lead late on the 41st minute. Uruguay will look to bounce back here in this second half. They're in their sky blue from left to right. Saudi Arabia in their green from right to left. Saudi Arabia, the only time they've gotten out of the group stage was in 1994 in America. And if they continue on this pattern here, they could be at the group once again in the United States. Long way to go though, a lot of football to be played. Here's one of the new men on the pitch for Uruguay. Varella's ball in. It's a great headed effort. And Alois with a save. Within 50 seconds, Uruguay already testing the Saudi goalkeeper. Oh, we've got lag in here. It's already a massive save from the keeper. Valverde still. And Tambakti had to make an important intervention there. And Uruguay obviously had that chat in half-time, and Marcelo Bielsa got the response he wanted from his players because they've come out firing here. Players going down. Varella's dink ball. Alhambra got across. Flag is up. They needed that flag because they need to just recompose himself here. Saudi Arabia. There's Varella's ball. Viñas stooping down. Get an important flick touch. Alois again. Big parry save. The keeper not playing apparently in the top division in Saudi Arabia, playing the second tier. But doing a fantastic job on the international stage, nonetheless. Alhambra wins the header. Cano won that midfield battle. Here's El Dasari. Being broken up by Cáceres, so Saudi Arabian throw. In a forward region for them, it's been real back and forth. Al Shamat to get this ball back in play. Short throw on the end. Al Shamat again. Easily dealt with there from Uruguay. Or into Bentancur. Great little dummy there. Bentancur can turn. Now Varela. Uruguay look much more dangerous in the second period. Down the right-hand channel now. Varela. And the fans respond. First thing they can really get behind their team for. Oliveira, Bentancur, Valverde on the swivel. Come again on the right-hand side here. Cutbacks on. Put behind by Al Kabari. Canobio, who's come on. Look dangerous for Uruguay on the right-hand channel. Araujo now to whip this one in. 50th minute mark here. They look to pull level. It's a lofted ball in. Ooh. Headed wide by Viñas. He wanted a corner kick. Not going to get it. They did take a touch as well, I think. Couple dangerous set plays from Uruguay to start the second period. They've really come to play here in the second 45. And if Saudi Arabia are going to get this result, they're going to have to work hard for it. Uruguay aren't going to just roll over easy. And we wouldn't expect that of a South American side, in particular something like Uruguay, the quality they possess. Here's Manuel Ugarte. Rodrigo Bentancur now. Feed it into Canobio. Now the side he got a foot in. But put out a play for Uruguay through it. Araujo. Bentancur missed his kick. Now the side he can come the other way with it. Looks like a foul there in the build-up. Nothing given though, Araujo. Ball whipped in. And again, Viñas heads over the crossbar. Multiple efforts and the flag's up again. Yeah, slightly veering offside. But rapid start for Uruguay today in the second half. This is more the Bielsa ball which we're used to. This is what we saw at Leeds United. For Premier League fans, and Alois taking his time. Bentancur now. It's almost like they've been injected with like adrenaline or something. There was no legs in the first half for Uruguay. There was no run. They were sluggish. They weren't moving without the football. Just sort of stagnant and allowing things to happen. In the second half, they've been sprung to life. I think this is what you're going to see a lot, though. The Asian sides start much better in these warmer conditions. European or bigger sides build into the game. But is it too little too late? Varela. Great block once again. Al-Habri. Saudi Arabia well and truly caged in. The noise continues to build for the Uruguay fans. They sense it now. Uruguay's fourth corner of the game. Araujo once again. A corner proved pivotal for Saudi Arabia. Can it prove pivotal for Uruguay? Headed effort, blocked off the line. And quite easily collected by Alois in goal. And again, we're having problems with the stream. Alois sends that long. Battle there's one quite comfortably there. The Uruguayan defender. Al-Amri searches hard at the pitch. Can't find his intended target. Sanabria. All broken up. Saudi come the other way. Quite a little bit of interplay there, but given away by Abdul Hamid. Saudi camped now in their own half. Oliveira. Getting a few touches, now playing to Manuel Ugarte. Great little piece of give and go action. Back post is on. Well defended though. Right, Alabri once again. Bentancur. Alabi in the way again. Donis on the touchline there, just encouraging his troops. Giving them that reinforcement. They've defended well in this 4-4-2 shape. They would have known coming into this game they would have been on the back foot at some point. They wouldn't be expecting to be leading. So this is a bonus for Saudi Arabia. They've got a cushion they can hold on to and lean on. But they need to get out at some point. The ball worked its way across to the right-hand side here with Varela. Great piece into play, but then given away. Al-Harbi slipped, but got the ball. And just hits for territory. Don't know what the Uruguayan players are complaining about. And if he goes down and goes out of play here, he's going to have to go off the pitch. So this is... I don't know what he's... There's nothing in that. He wins the ball. He kicks the ball. I don't know what he wants from that. Not going to get anything from the referee there. The Italian man. And the more they argue, they're not going to go in and get anything. They're going to waste time. I think Ginobili needs to grow a pair. So, Al-Dasani will throw this back into play. I'm lucky he didn't get medical attention because he had to be off for a minute. So that is the new rulings. No, the new rulings work very well. Less stoppage time. Less rubbish on the football pitch. More football being played. Throw in, counter, corner, counter, goal kick, counter. I like it. The referees have adjudicated this tournament well so far. The best of the best have delivered it on the world stage. Here's Oliveira. He ticked towards the hour mark. No changes for Saudi. 2 changes for Uruguay at the half-time interval. Al Amri's reactive toe poke home. The difference between these two sides. It's Saudi Arabia 1, Uruguay 0. Varela. Canobia's there. Now with Manuel Ugarte, he continues to be almost like a third centre-half, how deep he sits. To try and get the side going forward. Varela. Manchester United player to a former Manchester United player. And Varela tries to get it back. Fails to do so. El Dasadi. This is great link-up play from Saudi. Oh, beautiful football. Down his left-hand side. Here we go, win the throw though. Here is R9. Time continues to tick away for Uruguay. Just over half an hour remain in this one. And the chase continues after a blistering start to the second half. They've just quietened off. Reserving some of the energy tanks and they'll go again. Here's to be the chance, the headed effort. Canobio. Man, that is poor. From the substitute. Flick ball from Canobio, broken up. Saudi Arabia can't get away though. Lose the ball again. Canobio has just hit that, assuming Vinyas was going to keep running, but he gave up the run. Al-Harbi. Al pressing. 5 attempts for Saudi to 10 for Uruguay. This is a dangerous ball. Oh, broken up though once again. Cano now. And Cabri dispossessed. Vareles continues running on the right-hand side. Al-Harbi out to meet him. Canobio goes down. Ugarte always to the upright. And on the follow-up, well defended. That's a play for a goal kick. Manuel Ugarte's hit the upright. Varela with the cutback ball to Bentancur. He lays it off to Ugarte. Just gets it out of his feet. He strikes it. Had the beating of Eloise. Not the beating to find the back of the net. Straight off the upright. He got a touch. Oh, it's a good save. Eloise got a touch on that. And here comes the dark arts. Eloise is down. And Canobio is not happy. This guy's starting to piss me off. Get on with the game, sir. So he's got his boot back on, and Eloise is in some trouble here, it looks like. And substitution time for Saudi Arabia as well. It's Nasser El Dasari. Ready to come on. So Saudi Arabia going to go and put another number in midfield, it looks like. Nasser El Dasari coming on for Musab Al Jawet. Just shoring up midfield is what they're going to do here. Salem Al Dasari's gone up top. Firas El Burakan goes up top as well. And then Nasser El Dasari goes into midfield alongside Abdullah Al Karabi. So they're going to shore up midfield centrally. Play almost 4 central players and then 2 just isolated up top. That's the plan, at least, for this side. Canobio. He's back on his feet, not complaining to the referee this time. To Ugarte here. And Ugarte trying to thread the needle. Al-Burakan couldn't get away. Uruguay come again, and Saudi continuing to be chained in their own half. Good take by Varela. Finding Fede Valverde. Rodrigo Bentancur. Ball whipped in and blocked away well by Cano. Ball's been put in. Clears by Abdul Hamid. As far as Bentancur and now Valverde. Those two play keep ball. And Cano brought down, but the referee waves it away and says, no. Stay on your feet, sir. Araujo. And that's a foul. Shamat deemed to have fouled there. He's not happy with it. And this is a dangerous position for a set piece. It's going to be a long last 24 minutes for Saudi Arabia if they continue like this. So far, so good. 21 minutes into the second half. They've kept Uruguay at bay through will, fight and might. Valverde, Alois with the save again. And Varela had his shot blocked. Blocked away. This is very much replicating the heroics of Argentina at the 2022 World Cup. The job that Alois and Saudi are doing, and that's a mistake from Cáceres. And they'll take every second they can here, Saudi, to get this ball back into play. I expect the 5-second count to come out. There's Valverde's free kick. Just to whip it with pace at the goal and just hope it hits some bodies. Alois, though, kept his eye on it through bodies and made the important intervention. Cano's gotten forward here. Cano. Al Shamat. Looking for Al Dasadi, but didn't quite reach the forward. Bentancur being fouled by Cano and Al Dasadi. And that's it. The referee is going to call for drinks. And a very... I'm not going to drinks. He called the ball back. I'd say it's a very inopportune time to call for drinks. Bentancur. Oliveira. Varela now. Valverde. Dangerous looking ball that no one got in the end of. And a chance missed there. Just too much power on it for them to catch up to, it looks like. There is drinks and quick break for us here. We'll be back up the hydration break with Saudi Arabia holding on to that 1-goal advantage. So then we are back after this hydration break. And the storm clouds are looming large in the near distance. So that might come and impact this game late on. Could get an absolute downpour in the final 10 minutes. Manuel Ugarte is going to make way here. And De La Cruz coming on. Saudi have only made the one change. So we've got under 20 minutes to go. I'm expecting at least 9-8 minutes of stoppage time, because Saudi are going to play the dark arts in this one. That's El Dasani fouling Canobio there. Here come Uruguay. Bentancur, Varela, Canobio. Valverde, still Fede Valverde. Dangerous run. Able to usher it behind for Uruguay, corner kick. Federico Valverde's out swinger. Oh, gee. Albert Akan, I thought he put it in his own net. But just got away with it. Valverde again. That might be the chance. Oh. De La Cruz just off the bench. Gee, I don't know how Saudi can keep holding on. It's deep. Well, if deliveries like that happen, they'll be fine. Here's Al Burakan. His attempt to clear the ball. My God. Looked like he was going that direct. He almost put the ball in his own net. Crisis averted. Now Burakan's down. And some pain, of which I don't know what is. Back underway. Now to play off Canobio. So Al Arbi will throw the ball back in. And throw in the Alabudacan direction. Cáceres under pressure. Canobio kept it in play. Cáceres plays himself into a lot of trouble. Al-Darsari to his namesake. Salem Al-Darsari, Nasir Al-Darsari, yeah. Bit of give and go between the two of them. But broken up by Rodrigo Bentancur. And last quarter of an hour to be played now. De La Cruz fouled by El Shamat. No card though for that challenge. As Uruguay continue to push and probe here. Canobio from the right. Varela just tucked in behind him. Here he is now. Varela, return ball for Canobio. Ripped in. Well dealt with in the end. On the Saudi back line. Headed clearance. Only 30 yards away from their goal though. They've barely had a sniff of it in this game. As I predicted, we're looking at probably 70 to 75% possession for the Uruguayans. Varela gives it away. El Harbi. Al-Darsari. Oh, that's poor. Al-Darsari got in the head though. And Cano plays it forward. Al-Darsari chasing in. Cáceres across well. And out of nothing, Uruguay almost made a chance. It's going to happen though. Uruguay are going to commit up the pitch and Saudi can try and expose that. Well, they're being tight and solid now for Saudi Arabia. That's a great crossfield pass. Well broken up though. And Al Shamat hits that into touch. And the onslaught continues from Uruguay. Just a knock away at the door. But can they break it down with that pass from Rodrigo Bentancur? They won't beat. How to play another goal kick for Al Owais. But I can win the head up, but to no one in particular is the pass from Al-Darsari. A lot of tiring Saudi legs out there now. Samat. Varela. Keep their shape here, so important that they do so. Canobio cutting inside. Bentancur. Varela, left-footed cross in. Viñas retrieves it. Ball in. Canobio's there. They got away. Al-Burakan. Al-Darsani, these two up top are going to do all the hard lifting. But turned over once more. Canobio in behind. Well defended. Canobio going down again. De La Cruz urged to shoot. Blocked away by Al-Darsari, Nasser Al-Darsari. Bodies everywhere in green right now. Just holding on. And they have done for the whole second half. As we're ticking towards the 80th minute. De La Cruz. That's the ball. Viñas. And it's finally in. Maximiliano Araujo for Uruguay. And they've finally drawn level. They've been banging and banging on the door. And at last they broke it down. And it's Maximiliano Araujo. The sporting man has been in the goals all year long. 7 goals and 6 assists this season. He adds one on the World Cup stage. And finally Uruguay level. Is that the game changer now? Ball in, beautiful. Viñas should have scored. Saved by Alain. Parries it right into danger. And that's where Araujo was. Uruguay level with 10 to play. Plus, I assume, a large chunk of stoppages. It is game on here in Miami. Look at the ecstasy amongst all those Uruguayan fans in the stands. Viñas, after that headed effort that was saved, continued to show how much he impacts his side. Araujo's actually been replaced. And it's Rodriguez that's going to come on for Uruguay. The momentum now is with Uruguay. De La Cruz. Crossfield pass. Canobio. Saudi Arabia backs against the wall. They conceded 1. That was the cushion they had. Can they hold on now? Or do we get a replica of the Argentina game? 2-1 in favour of the Saudis. We have to wait and see. Long range effort blocked. And that'll be a corner kick for Uruguay. Maxi Araujo sits down after that goal. There is Rodriguez. It's come on in his place. De La Cruz to take this one. And outswing it from the number 7. Great ball in. Oh, headed over by Cáceres. Saudi Arabia just need 5 minutes, or not even 3 minutes, just on the football. Just to absorb this onslaught, just to take a little bit of the sting out of it. De La Cruz out wide. It's Rodriguez now. Fresh legs. Oh, what a hit. It was a rocket. Short backlift, powerful effort though. Look at that. Boy. Fizz up. Just can't get that enough curl on it. He hit it laces and never really curled back in. Alois was flying across his goal. Good talent by Nasser El-Dassari. Al-Amri, who scored that goal over 40 minutes ago now. Send the ball long, but it's coming back with intent again from Uruguay. Oliveira. Cáceres. Canobio. Great foot in. Saudi the other way. Saudi Arabia throw on halfway. Manager Donis just enforcing the messages to his Saudi Arabian side, telling them to lift and fight. 50-50 to be won, and Al-Dassani's caught. Rodrigo Bentancur. Saudi Arabia still yet to have an attempt on goal since they scored. Uruguay come again. Rodriguez. Great punch from Halloween to get distance in the punch. Varela. Canobio. Dangerous ball across the face. Oh. And dealt with by Al Amri. It's Nawaf who's come off the bench. He got very lucky with the deflection, taken out of play for a throw. They've finally gotten out. As much as Saudi Arabia tired from defending, Uruguay tired from sending everyone up. On the Saudi. Cano. Great layoff from El Dassani. The run is there. El Abri. El Abi. Cutbacks on. Who's there? Oh, El Dassani had it. Just lost it out of his footing. That was cleanly won back. Blocked in the way. Is this the effort? Oh. Abul Hamid. Nearly the hero. And after sitting in for 50 minutes, they nearly scored. And probably should have in that build-up. Saudi Arabia still pose a threat. Canobio. Saudi Arabia want to try and win this. This is going to be a crazy finish. Oliveira. Rodriguez. And the cross deflected behind. Flag up. So then, 3 minutes plus a fair chunk of stoppages, you'd assume. Whistles go around the stadium. And Lewayne goes long. Albuquerque wins the initial contact, but it's out of play. So Uruguay throw. Cabo pressing. Now Rodrigo Bentancur. Oliveira. Do Uruguay have another trick up their sleeve? Canobio. Bentancur. Uruguay still building as we tick towards an 89th minute. That's the ball in. And Viñas. Dangerous again. Corner whipped in. Dealt with again by Cano. Fede Valverde. De La Cruz centrally. Another cycled ball in. Eloise punches. Albuquerque holds the ball up. Ball. Varela has to deal with it. It was an awkward ball. It was lofted high. He had Al-Dassani near him. Here's a substitution. Vinyas, a little bit sore. He's made way. And Aguirre. Oh, come on. Seven minutes to be added on. Probably unders by a minute, I'd think. Crossfield ball doesn't reach its intended target. That's a poor challenge. Varela, how to keep it in play, but hands it back to El Dasari. And Varela's out of position, so El Dasari can run away. It's 2 versus 3 here. And that's a poor pass. El Dasari, there's a lot of tired Saudi Arabian legs out there. Rodriguez. Getting at this Saudi Arabian back on. That's the De La Cruz's chance. Oh, what a save, Alawain. Another important parried save from Alawain. Another ball in. Aguirre. Cleared. Saudi holding on for dear life now. Another dangerous ball to the back post dealt with though. Abdul Hamid. Always again. The hero, like he was versus Argentina 4 years ago. 3 new faces for Saudi Arabia ready to come on. Abdul Hamid will make way. Abdul Hamid, Al-Harbi and Al-Bakan will make way for Al-Hamadan and I've missed their names. It doesn't matter though. We've got 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes for the Saudis to hold on. 5 minutes for Uruguay to find a winner. It's the edge of the area. Fede Valverde likes it from out here. Oh, what a save. Alouas. That is his bread and butter, Fede Valverde. And Alouas. Done it again. Through legs, through bodies. He tips it wide. They continue to ride their luck. De La Cruz. Headed ball wide of the face. Alouas was not moving. Like Cáceres, the head of that. Almost halfway into the 7 for Saudi Arabia. That's a Fede Valverde special from out there. Alouas was there. Canobio. I'm back. El Dasari. The fresh legs going to run around here for Saudi. They're going to need energy just to ride them out. Uruguay holding on. Great shackle for him. Alhambri there, the goal scorer, happened in the 41st minute. It feels like an age now of how long this Saudi side has been defending Bentancur. Canobio. Varela on the outside of him. De La Cruz in centrally. Cáceres now. Varela. Valverde. Tries it again. It took a block. Canobio's there to clean up the scraps. De La Cruz can turn. Valverde again is blocked wide. Another corner kick. He's had enough. He's just taking anything he can on. And some of those heroes of today, including Abdul Hamid, who can just sit and watch now. It's out of their hands. Whipped in. Everyone flying for the header. Varela. The rush shot. Coming together. Advantage played. Uruguay continue on the front foot. Bentancur. Varela. 11 green shirts in such a small space. Another good challenge goes in. Canobio will throw. We've got a minute and a half to go. A minute and a half for Saudi Arabia to withstand. A minute and a half for Uruguay to throw the kitchen sink at it. Bentancur. That's a shot. Otherwise, scoops it out and away. It's not conventional, but it's going to work. A minute now. Short again, Valverde. Too much space for him, you'd think. It's again Valverde. De La Cruz. Cut back. El Amri again. Finds a way to be in the way. This is what the World Cup's all about. Uruguay once more. De La Cruz. Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Well dealt with and away. Cano got rid. 15 seconds left. The referee's had a look. One more attack, you'd think. That's a great ball. Who do I come again? Valverde on the overlap. His cutback blocked. Throw for Uruguay. We've played over 7 minutes. Last ditch stuff now. Canobio. Cáceres. Away again. De La Cruz. Valverde. Rodriguez. Ajami in the way. Uruguay continue the charge. Is this it? Rodriguez to whip it in. Dealt with partially. It comes in again. Away again. Saudi Arabia have done it. They have picked up the most unlikely of points. One apiece it ended. Al Amri's goal in the 41st minute gave them the lead. They held on for basically the whole of the second half. Aloisi's continue heroics. In the end, he parried one to Maximiliano Araujo, who scored in the 80th minute. They withstanded so much. 67% possession, 28 shots, 9 saves for Alois, 14 corners, but all of that, Saudi Arabia had to hold on for a 1-1 draw. It is another massive achievement for the Saudi Arabian side. Another result that means Asian sides are undefeated at the FIFA World Cup. What a display from the Saudi Arabian side. Playing great football the first 45. Did it tough second half, but they made it through with a point. It ends Saudi Arabia 1, Uruguay 1.